ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 Guru, Vai, 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 Guru, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Mahipat, you want to do Kirtan? If this is a right Mahip. Vaheguru? Vaheguru, you're on mute.
हाँ जी वीर जी मैं यहाँ महीप दी क्लास चल रही है
अच्छा जी चलो ठीक है जी नो प्रॉब्लम सर हाँ जी आओ जी आप आगे चलिए ठीक है जी गुरु साहब दी कृपा दे नाल लेट्स गो अहेड ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਸੰਗਤ ਘੱਟ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਟੈਕਸਾਸ ਦੀ I think most of the ਸੰਗਤ is in the sਮਾਗਮ there is some sਮਾਗਮ going on in Houston which is fine so let's go forward ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਮਾਲਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਵਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ so let's go ahead ਅਸੀਂ I think 193 ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਤੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਹਾਂਜੀ 193 ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਕਿ 192 let me ਹਾਂਜੀ 192 ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਕਬੀਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ so let's go forward ਕਬੀਰ ਜਾਕਰ ਸਾਧਨਾ ਸੇਵੀਐ ਹਰ ਕੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਨਾਹੇ ਤੇ ਘਰ ਮਰਹਟ ਸਾਰਖੇ ਭੂਤ ਬਸੈ ਤਿਨ ਮਾਹੇ Here Kabir Sahib is talking about what happens when we don't do the seva of the sangat, right? That's why it is very important, right? That we should do the sangat of seva. We should do sangat and we should do seva of sangat, right? How we do the seva of sangat? There are two types of seva, right? One seva is of this physical body. And normally whenever we think about seva, we start thinking about the physical body. And the second seva is the seva of the mind. Man di seva jinu kende. ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਤਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਕੀ ਟਹਿਲ ਕਮਾਵਨੀ ਹਰ ਕੀ ਟਹਿਲ ਕਮਾਵਨੀ ਜਪੀਏ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਰ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਰ ਦੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੈ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਸੇਵਾ that seva is doing simran remembering Vaheguru all the time day and night 24/7 so when the sangat comes obviously the physical seva is associated with it so normally people think okay giving a very good food and all that stuff yes that is part of the physical body the food is there food is essential but more than the food is that we sit together and we jap naam and that's what the hardi seva is that's what sangat seva is that's what sadhu's seva is kabir jaka kar sadhana sevi hai te sadh de ji koi ਔਂਕੜ nahi laya maharaj is not talking about one sadh so who is a sadhu who jap naam all the time is a sadhu sangat basically plural it's a plural because it's not a singular here te kar marhat sarkhe put base tin mahe ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਘਰ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਹੈ that house is like that ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਭੂਤ ਪ੍ਰੇਤ ਭਟਕਦੇ ਆ means it's empty ਭੂਤ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਭਟਕਦੇ ਆ ਜੀ ਭੂਤ ਪ੍ਰੇਤ are in that places where basically something wrong has happened something bad has happened, right? We have discussed this in the past. There is a lecture totally on the ghosts, है ना? Ghosts ਉੱਤੇ ਭੂਤਾਂ ਉੱਤੇ, है ना? ਬੜਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ ਮਾਲਕ ਨੇ. But remember, there are multiple dimensions we talk about: lower dimension, higher dimension, right? Lower dimension, whenever we talk about it, basically what is in the lower dimension? Where there is calm, where there is krodh, where there is lobh, where there is moh, where there is ankar. The world of Panchduts, the world of Kalyug, the world of Nindya Chugli, the world of bad karams, right? That is the world where the Poot Pret are there. So that's why the indication is wherever we are not doing the sangat. When we don't do the sangat, then we get associated with these kind of souls, right? ਘਰ ਦੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਘਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਕਿਹਾ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ? We have to do the seva. Now I remember a Sakhi. It's basically not a Guru Sahib Sakhi. It's a from historical concept. Some Gurmukh Sakhi. One Gurmukh went to another Gurmukh and he said that I want to do the seva. He said, do you know what the seva means? Sant ki seva naam te aiye. Sant ki seva ਨਾਮ ਤੇ ਆਈ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਨਾਮ ਤੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ. How much ਨਾਮ you do jap? What time you wake up in the morning? Do you do your Amrit Vela? Right? That is the seva. When we come in the sangat and jap the naam, that is the seva which we have to think about it. Otherwise, our house, physical or this physical body, it is just like a pret. Maharaj in Gurbani says, Kal mein pret jin naam na pachata. They might look like humans, that if they have not recognized the naam, they are just like pret. Kal mein pret jin naam na pachata. Because there are two different things. Always remember this: physical body, mental body, sukham sharir, subtle body. And Gurbani is all about making our sukham sharir, sukham body strong. ਸੂਖਮ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਸਾਰੀ ਮਾਲਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਮਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਐਂਡ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਆ ਮਾਲਕ, ਮਨ ਤੂੰ ਜੋਤ ਸਰੂਪ ਹੈ, ਆਪਣਾ ਮੂਲ ਪਛਾਣ. You have to recognize yourself a mind. You are jot sarup. You are just like Vaheguru. Dobara. But it is, we have a lot of, physical problems, mental problems in this world because of the Trigun Maya. Problems not related to relationships, problem related to our physical health. Lot of problems. But one thing we should always do an ardas benti, ki sanu sangat baksh, virtual or physical, whatever is possible. Visar ਨਾਹੀਂ ਦਾਤਾਰ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਮ ਦੇਹੋ, ਗੁਣ ਗਾਵਾਂ ਦਿਨ ਰਾਤ ਨਾਨਕ ਚਾਹੋਏ ਹੋ. ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਿਧਰੇ ਰੱਬ ਭੁੱਲ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ. ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਭੁੱਲਣਾ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ will never forget us. We always forget ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ. So that's why it is very important that we recognize and we do the seva of sangat, right? And the best way you can do the seva of sangat is ਗਾਵੀਏ, ਸੁਣੀਏ, ਮਨ ਰੱਖੀਏ ਭਾਵ. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਨ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜ ਲਾਂਗੇ, when we will connect our mind to the feet of Vaheguru. Now what is the feet of Vaheguru? Because Vaheguru ji is Nirankar. Charan Kamal of Vaheguru ji is nothing but Naam, the Anhat Shabad, the Naad. When we connect our mind with that, when we come in the Sangat, there are all different kinds of people in the Sangat. But everybody body benefits in the Sangat. That's a good part. They are different. They come with a different avastha. They come with the different vibes. But when we start doing Vah, Guru, then all the mat becomes one. Somebody is sitting in Rajogun, somebody is sitting in Tamogun, somebody is sitting in Sattogun. But when we do Vah, Guru, everybody is in Sattogun then. संत का मार्ग धर्म की पौड़ी को वड भागी पाए. This is the path of sant, the path of sangat. What is sangat? Sat sangat. Sat sangat ऐसी जानिए जिथे एको नाम बखानी. When we are talking about naam, that is the only sangat Guru Sahib is talking about. Not chit chatting, nothing else like that. When we are singing the praises of Vaheguru, when we are talking about naam, that is the sangat Kabir Sahib is talking about. Kabir jaka kar sadhana sevi. Whenever we are not doing the seva of sangat, seva is of the sangat is basically doing simran together, doing naam japna together, learning from Gurbani Guru, doing kirtan together, doing part together. But doing part and kirtan again has the same jukti. Remember that. If we are not doing that, then we are not doing the sangat. What is the jukti? Gaviye, suniye, man rakhiye pav. We have to sing and listen. You know, a lot of times the kirtan is playing and only ragis are doing the kirtan. Rest people are just looking here and there and all. That's not a sangat we are doing. Then sitting in the sangat also we are doing the sangat of kal, because our mind is somewhere else. What good it is that we are sitting in the darbar hall listening to the kirtan, but actually our mind is somewhere else. Mind has to be present, and that's why we need to learn to listen. Listening is very important, and the easy way is chant and listen, chant and listen. Use your tongue, very important. That's why Gurbani says rasna jape na naam kar til kar katiye. कहते होते छोटे छोटे टुकड़े कर दो. Make it into small pieces if the tongue doesn't chant Vaheguru. So it's very, very important that we chant also. Now see this. And if jado tusi karoge, when we will do these things, what will happen? It's amazing. Kabir gunga hua babra, behra hua kaan, pavo te pingul pya, ਮਾਰਿਆ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਬਾਣ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਦੋਂ when we start doing this, when we start listening to our own voice, when we start recognize ourselves, ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਚਾਨਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਆਪ ਪਛਾਣੇ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਜੈਸੇ ਅਬਿਨਾਸੀ. That when we start recognizing ourselves, that our sukham is just like Vaheguru. Nanak Gurmukh aap pachane prabh jaise avinasi. It is like prabh. It's just like Vaheguru. Then we start recognizing that who we are, from where we came. Udon ki hunda? We don't want to listen to any gossiping and slandering going around us. And this happens when the Shabad in our ears is so strong, then Maharaj says, Kabir gunga hua bavra behra hua khan. ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਗੂੰਗਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, he doesn't want to speak any gossiping and slandering. ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਚੁਗਲੀ ਤੋਂ ਜੀਭ ਹਟ ਜਾਂਦੀ. ਇਹ ਰਸਨਾ ਤੂੰ ਅਨਰਸ ਰਾਚ ਰਹੀ, ਤੇਰੀ ਪਿਆਸ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ. ਜਦੋਂ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ ਆਪਾਂ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਚੁਗਲੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਚੋਂ ਰਸ ਆਉਂਦਾ. But when this rasna will start chanting, when this rasna will start tasting amrit ras, it will not feel like going anywhere else. It will not feel like doing gossiping and slandering. Similarly, about the ears also. When these ears, sarvano meryo, है ना, ਸਰਵਨਾ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, ਨੇਤਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ. ਕੀ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਸਰਵਨਾ ਤੋਂ? ਸਾਚੇ ਸੁਣਨੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਠਾਏ. ਸੱਚ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨਾ. What is such? Vaheguru. Listen to the voice of Vaheguru. Then you will not feel like listening. You will start getting so much enjoyment by just listening to the Anhat Shabad. You just want to close your eyes and just want to listen to the Anhat Shabad. ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕੰਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ? Do we hear it with these physical ears? No. This sound is coming from inside. Vaheguruji's voice is coming from inside. we have to hear from inside, from our mind. मन दे द्वारा सुनना. And similarly, behra hua kaan. You can't listen from my ears. Nothing else I want to listen. Only such, only Vaheguru, right? And don't want to speak gossiping and slandering. Don't want to listen to. ਪਾਵੋਂ ਤੇ ਪਿੰਗਲ ਪਿਆ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਸਤਗੁਰ ਬਾਣ. ਪਿੰਗਲ ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਜੀ? Disabled. There is another shabad, right? Must have heard this, very common. Pingal parbat par pare khal chatrab kita. What does that mean? That even physically disabled person can go to the mountain. What does that mean? Which mountain Guru Sahib is talking about? Uche upar ucha nao. A word ucha hove koe tis uche ko jane sui. This ucha is our dasam dwar. The door of Vaheguru. This is a dasam dwar. ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਿੰਗਲੇ ਵੀ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਸ਼ਰੀਰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ. You know, there have been cases, you must have seen that, right? The army people, the army men, right? ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਫੌਜਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਜੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ, the American soldiers, they went to a war in different countries, right? So when they came back, some of them got disabled there, right? I mean, they had to ampute their legs, ampute their arms. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਲੱਤਾਂ ਬਾਹਾਂ ਵੱਢਣੀਆਂ ਪਈਆਂ. ਪਿੰਗਲੇ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਹੈ ਨਾ? But you know the strange thing, they started complaining, we are feeling itchiness, itch on the body part which was amputed. The leg was amputed. They still get an itch there. How is that possible? Because your sukham will always be intact. Sukham sharir, the subtle body, is just like the physical body. It's similar to the physical body, the sukham body. That is the reason whenever someone is feeling a itchiness, actually because their sukham is intact, they still think the leg is there, the physical leg is there. That's what Guru Sahib is telling us here. Kabir Sahib is telling us here. Pingal parbat par pare khal chatrab kita andle tripavan sujya gur pet punita. And the blind is able to see. You know, there is a one painter who he never had eyes, like from the birth, right? He can't see from the birth, but he can make beautiful paintings. He has never seen the mountains. He's drawing mountains because there are our sukham eyes. So when we go in that avastha, when we leave our body and listen to the Shabad, ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਸ਼ਰੀਰ ਛੱਡਦੇ ਹਾਂ and we start listening to the Shabad, we don't need anything. We don't need physical eyes there. We don't need physical body parts there. Tu andle ki take. Tera naam kundkara. Andle di take hai. The sound. You know, let's say there is a darkness in the room and you can't see anything, but there is a sound coming in that room from somewhere. What will happen? You will follow that sound. ਕੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ? ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਾਂਗੇ. Similarly, the sound which we hear, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਕੰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਹੈ. And when we will listen to it, although we are not seeing anything yet, remember, yet, ਹਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਣਨ ਡਏ, but ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਾਲਕ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਿਵਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੈ ਜਾਣਾ. We will start seeing the jyot through the Shabad. सुन के सुन नाम तुम्हारा प्रीतम प्रभ पेखन का चाहो. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ. सुन सुन के. That's what Kabir Sahib is talking about. That's what Kabir Sahib is talking about here. ਫਿਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਦਿਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ, ਫਿਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ. Then we don't want to hear this Tragun Maya world things, right? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਜੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲਾਪ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ, ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਰਜ ਹੋ ਜਾਈਏ. Now we have seen with Vaheguru Ji's Kirpa the Jodh. Now we just want to merge. We don't want to talk any gand from our tongue. ਅਸੀਂ ਫਿੱਕਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਚੁਗਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ, ਨਫ਼ਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ. Gossiping, slandering gone, hate gone, lies gone, ego gone, right? Somebody tells you, oh, you don't know this thing, or you're not going to do this thing. You always will say these words, right? And normal person will reply to that because we have a home, we have a hankar. Oh, no, I know this. Oh, I know that. You will not even feel like saying that. Somebody will be abusing you. You will not reply to that. Kabir, gunga hua bawara, behra hua kaan. Fir assi gunge ho jange, behre ho jange. Will not listen to this gossiping and slandering. Somebody is saying something, it's okay, let them say. कोई बंदा अपनी आदत तो मजबूर है. Their mind is still a slave of Panchdoot. This is the nishani that our mind is not slave of Panchdoot when we don't feel like answering it. If we still feel like answering it, that means we still have a lot of home. That means it still need a lot of Saas Gira Simran. Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru. We have to break this wall. Kiv sachiara hui hai, kiv kude tutte paal. Hukam razai chalna. Nanak likhya naal hai. Kood di paal nu todna paina. We have to break this wall of kood. Gurmil jeeta, har har kita, tuti pita, paramangad. The doubts, the ego which we have to break this wall. Without breaking this wall, will not be able to meet Vaheguru. As piche gunga hona paina. Not like that. We don't have to become a Moni Baba, right? We have discussed in previous lectures. We don't have to say, oh, I don't speak much, right? I don't want to speak like that. But what if your mind is speaking? Your tongue is not speaking, but your mind is speaking. चुप है चुप ना हो गई जे लाए राह लफ्तार. अपने आप चुप नहीं होना, नाम दे द्वारा ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜੀਭ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗੀ. With the naam, with the kirpa of Vaheguru, with naam, it will automatically go down. But that will be a nishani. But if you are showing others, oh, I don't speak much. Yeah, some people say, oh, that person is really in Saj. He doesn't speak much. How do you know? Maybe that person is not speaking from the tongue, but this furne in the mind are going on. Right? So we have to check ourselves, not others, right? So we have to see how many furnas there are. Do we feel like replying? If there is an urge there to reply to all the Nindya Chugli, then that means we still need a lot of mehnat, lot of labor. But if you don't feel like replying to the Nindya Chugli, you don't feel like replying to the abuses people put on you, that means Vaheguruji's Kirpa is happening. Naam's Kirpa is happening. But for that, we need lots and lots of hard work. What is the hard work? Just do akhar. Vaheguru. That's it. Do akhar japi jao. Kanna naal suni jao. Jo jeeba to kehna hai, wo kanna naal sunna hai. Bas, sokha kam hai. All the time. But Gurbani also says this, akhan okha sacha naam. But how it becomes sokha? How it will become easy? It's difficult. Then how will it become easy? Sache naam ki lage phuk. When you try something new, let's say karele, right? A lot of people don't like karele, right? They say it's bitter. But the kids who are in India, maybe here also,
when their parents starts feeding them karele every day, it's bitter. I don't like karele. But then the stage comes when they start liking karele. Naam japna is same. At least it's bland. It's not bitter, but it's bland. But when you start jumping, when you start getting the peace in your mind, then you cannot live without it. Fir ji karda sangat kariye. Then all the time you want to do the sangat. All the time you want to do Wah Guru, Wah Guru, Wah.
Did you guys lost me in between? Okay. All right. So all the time, then we will be able to do the sangat. Fir bhukh lag jandi. Then it is no longer difficult Vaheguru. Then it will be easy. But you have to do it, right? And then your subtle body, even if it is a disabled body and a person is blind, it can see. I remember there was a Mahapur in Tarantaran. He's no longer there. And he was blind from the birth. He was not able to see from the birth. But with Vaheguruji's Kirpa, he was able to read the Gurbani. And one of the Sangat person, they asked him, they said, how can you do that, right? How can you read the Gurbani? You can't see normally. Surme Singh Sige, hai na? And he said, I don't know. When I sit in front of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, the light emits, the prakash comes from the Gurbani and he can see it. Andale Tripavan Sujya. Physically also some people will be able to see, but only Gurmata related stuff. But definitely physical eyes are, if we start using our physical eyes in a right way, then we can see Vaheguru. Then we can see the Jyot of Vaheguru in everybody. Sab mein Jyot, Jyot hai soe, tis de chanan, sab mein chanan hoye. That Jyot is in everybody. And we'll be able to see that Jyot with Vaheguruji's Kirpa. But we have to put the veil of these curtains away from us. That the veil of ego. Oh, I know everything. I know everything. I. You have to remove that. And then only we'll be able to see Vaheguru. But that will only happen with the Saas Kira Simran. Gurmantar Jaag. Aoji, whatever time is left. And Jaspreet Kaur Benji, you have to help me today because I will be in the car driving. So you have to help me today for the Simran. Okay, Benji?
Do you want me to start right now?
Yeah, right now just Sangat di Seva karo, Simran karwa ke.
Hanji. Vah Gurum, 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 Gurum, Vah 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 gürüm, var, 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 gürüm, va, 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 gürüm, gürüm, va, 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 grim, 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 grim, va, 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 gırım, 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 gırım, va, 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 gırı, va, gırı, va, gırı, va, gırım, 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 va gırım 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 gırım va 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 gırım gırım va 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 gırım Vahegurum, 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 Vahegurum। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਖੋਟਾਂ ਖੋਟ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਪਿਤਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਤੇ ਸਤ ਸੰਗਤ ਦਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਸੇਵਾ ਜੋਗ ਸਮਝਿਆ। ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦਿਆਂ ਅਨੇਕਾਂ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ। ਅਣਜਾਣ ਬੱਚੇ ਸਮਝ ਕੇ ਮਾਫ ਕਰਨਾ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।